Today we're taking a deep dive into the badass Hells Angels MC president Nakati Arabachi, a man who has been a constant thorn in the side of the European authorities. This man has turned the entire motorcycle club world upside down. His story is one that is filled with endless violence, heartless crime, and brutal police encounters. Where did he come from? And where is he now? This is the story of Godfather Nakati Arabachi. Who is he? Born into a world of intrigue and vice, Nakati Arabachi navigated the labyrinthine of the complicated underworld, running nightclubs and bars with ties to organized crime. As law authorities closed in, his mysterious affiliation with the notorious Hells Angels Motorcycle Club added another level of intrigue to his tale. A story developed that examined how business, criminality, and notoriety may all have hazy boundaries. Did Nico Arabachi's bold actions in the murky world of pubs and nightclubs finally bring him down? Or was he able to avoid being apprehended by the authorities? Let's investigate. Early life and background. Nico, whose real name is Nakati Arabachi, was born in Cologne, Germany on February 14, 1972. His parents were originally from Konya in Turkey, and they moved to Germany in search of better prospects. Arabachi's early years were defined by the difficulties of assimilating into a new culture while preserving his family's Turkish background. He was raised in a working-class neighborhood. From a young age, Arabachi showed great potential for leadership and an unsurprising knack for navigating complex social environments, given his multicultural upbringing. These traits, combined with the socioeconomic hardships he faced, steered him towards a path of crime. In the multicultural, yet often volatile environment of Cologne, Arabachi began associating with local gangs and delving into petty crimes. As he matured, his criminal activities escalated. By his late teens, Arabachi had become deeply entrenched in the underworld, engaging in more serious offenses such as extortion and violent crime. His involvement with the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club began during this period. Drawn by their reputation for rebellion and defiance against authority, Arabachi quickly rose through the ranks due to his ruthlessness and strategic mind. His dual identity as a Turkish German played a significant role in his rise within the Hells Angels. Arabachi leveraged his background to build a network that spanned both ethnic and national lines, facilitating connections that would prove valuable in his criminal enterprises. His fluency in both German and Turkish allowed him to operate seamlessly across different communities, enhancing his influence and control. German Hells Angels. Nakati Arabachi is a major player in the intricate network of influence that the Hells Angels maintain, having gained recognition in both lawful and criminal activities. His notoriety and criminal career were greatly influenced by his membership in the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, one of the most notorious outlaw biker gangs in the world. The unique death head logo of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club has made them famous worldwide. The club was founded in 1948 in California. It all began in the years after World War II, when many of the men who had returned from the war were searching for friendship and adventure. Over time, the Hells Angels have come to stand for rebellion, an illegal lifestyle, and a strong anti-establishment viewpoint. The club has expanded internationally, establishing chapters in other countries, and now stands as one of the largest and most prominent motorcycle clubs globally. Arabachi joined the Hells Angels during a period of significant expansion and consolidation for the club in Europe. In Germany, the Hells Angels established a strong presence, particularly in major cities where they could control lucrative criminal markets. Arabachi quickly rose through the ranks due to his strategic acumen and ruthless enforcement tactics. The Hells Angels are a hierarchical organization with tight membership requirements. A rigorous initiation procedure must be completed by potential members, which consists of phases such as hang-around, associate, prospect, and full membership or full patch status. This procedure, which may take several years, entails proving your allegiance, dedication, and capacity to participate in club activities. Arabachi's ascent within the Hells Angels hierarchy was characterized by his capacity to utilize the organization's assets and connections for his personal illicit pursuits. He was involved in drug trafficking, bar management, human trafficking, and drug trafficking in the red light districts of Cologne and other cities. These enterprises improved his standing in the club and brought in a sizable sum of money. Arabachi had a strong operating point because of the Hells Angels' notoriety for engaging in a variety of illicit operations, such as extortion, arms smuggling, and violent clashes with other gangs. Arabachi was able to thrive in the club because of its code of secrecy, devotion, and ferocious member protection. His criminal activity and manner of leadership epitomized the outlaw mentality of the organization, adding to its intimidating reputation. Despite their criminal undertakings, The Hells Angels also engage in legitimate business ventures. Members often own motorcycle repair shops, tattoo parlors, and other businesses that serve both as sources of income and as fronts for laundering money. Arabachi himself was involved in running nightclubs and bars, blending legitimate business with illicit activities. This dual approach allowed him to maintain a facade of respectability while continuing his criminal operations behind the scenes. Rise to power. Nakati Arabachi gained influence over the Cologne red light district in the 1990s through bouncers under the Hells Angels umbrella. This brought him significant income, but also made him many enemies. He was involved in brothels, including the Babylon brothel in Elsdorf near Cologne and Viago in Leverkusen, as well as brothels in Mallorca. Disguised as a fruit dealer, Nico controlled the most powerful group of pimps in the Cologne red light district since 1999. His influence extended to Frankfurt and the Ruhr area. First arrest and prison time. In 2002, Arabachi was arrested by a police task force led by Chief Prosecutor Jürgen Watson. In the subsequent trial, he was sentenced to 9 years in prison on September 30, 2004, for leading a criminal organization, armed robbery, pimping, and severe human trafficking. During his imprisonment at the Balcom Correctional Facility, he reportedly planned to kill the prosecutor and hired an Albanian contract killer from Duisburg. The police, having bugged his visiting room, discovered the plan, prompting the prosecutor to receive bodyguards and police protection. Arabachi faced additional criminal prosecution with the goal of securing preventive detention and indefinite imprisonment for extremely dangerous criminals. During this trial, a crucial mistranslation in some transcripts was uncovered, leading to his acquittal in 2007. Activities behind bars. Even behind bars, Nakati Arabachi reportedly maintained influence, with claims suggesting that he still controlled the Colosseum brothel in Augsburg. Following his deportation in 2008, suspicions persisted among law enforcement that Arabachi continued to exert control over the brothel. Moreover, in 2008, members of the Arabachi clan were reportedly observed in Berlin, raising concerns that the gang sought to establish a presence in the city's red light scene. Continued influence and rise in Hells Angels. In 2010, reports surfaced indicating that Nico participated in a meeting of international Hells Angels leaders in Izmir, Turkey. Following this event, he assumed the role of president for the Hells Angels MC Nomads Turkey, solidifying his position within the global Hells Angels network. By 2013, Arabachi emerged as a potential leader for the European Hells Angels, especially after the arrest of the previous leader, Frank Hannibeth, in Spain. This marked a significant elevation in Arabachi's status within the motorcycle club, suggesting his increasing prominence on the European stage. Notorious business ventures. Nico Arabachi became famous for running nightclubs and bars in Hamburg's red light district. However, his businesses faced problems with the police, who suspected him of illegal activities like selling drugs and laundering money. Despite these issues, Arabachi was known for being smart and powerful in navigating the city's nightlife. This mix of legal and shady activities made him a mysterious and influential figure in Hamburg. The notorious Arabachi clan, led by Nakati Arabachi, allegedly exerted control over the bouncer scene in Cologne's entertainment district, the Kölner Ring. His gang of bouncers was reported to have engaged in exploiting young women by befriending them and subsequently coercing them into prostitution. Legal troubles and further arrests. In 2015, Spanish authorities issued a European Union-wide arrest warrant against him for charges including membership in a criminal organization, extortion, drug trafficking, and involvement in brothels in Spain. Despite his deportation, Turkey does not extradite Turkish citizens, complicating legal proceedings. In June 2018, Arabachi was arrested in Turkey and released from pre-trial detention in September 2018 due to a lack of evidence. He was arrested again on July 10, 2020, and released from pretrial detention on July 28, 2020. Current status. In the latest development, Nakati Neko Arabachi was apprehended by Turkish security forces in the Çeşme district of western Izmir province. Arabachi, believed to lead a faction of the gang, was targeted following the prior arrest of 5 members linked to a 2019 murder in Bodrum district, Muğla province. Despite his numerous legal battles and time spent behind bars, Nakati Arabachi's influence in the world of organized crime, particularly within the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, remains a testament to his enduring notoriety and the complex web of criminal enterprises he navigated throughout his life.